Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, April 25th. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. 42-year-old Patrick Nathaniel Leacock, alias Pockets, was today charged with the murder of 39-year-old Zanaba Moore of Fair Pilgrim Christchurch. Leacock of Carmichael Tenantry, St. George, appeared before Magistrate Lorian Smith-Bovell at the District B Magistrates Court in St. Joseph. He was not required to plead to the indictable offence and was remanded to Her Majesty's Prison, Dodds. Leacock will reappear in court on Thursday, May 23rd. Moore was found stabbed to death in her veranda on Tuesday. In other news, the University of the West Indies is set to roll out an initiative to help regional economies grow and become stable. Today, UWI Vice-Chancellor Sir Hilary Beckles told the news conference it's worrying that several Caribbean countries are locked in programs with the International Monetary Fund to recover. And he says the university has formulated the AAA program to stimulate development and economic reform.
We now have to begin to imagine and conceptualize the post-IMF Caribbean. In 20 years' time, there's no reason whatsoever why the IMF should be involved in our economic affairs with the level of depth that they currently possess. We have to find a way to restructure, diversify, become more competitive, to move these economies into a higher level of competitiveness. So how do we do that without imagining that the University of the West Indies is here to add value? I would say that this is the #1 challenge facing the Caribbean and therefore the university right now. Getting our economies up to a higher level of competitiveness and performance.
There's still much concern about the alternatives on offer to replace single-use plastics. At the final town hall meeting to discuss the single-use plastics ban at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Centre last night, some business owners questioned the safety of the biodegradable alternatives on the market. Trinidad plastics manufacturer Barry Fakuri, who came to the island to attend the meeting, suggested that some of the chemicals in the environmentally friendly products could pollute water sources.
What has been brought to my attention, discussing with these people abroad, is after companies seem to be getting their certificates, because we don't have the facilities to test these products there regionally, they're now adding chemicals and shipping it to our region. These chemicals are a serious issue because they bioaccumulate themselves. So when we talk about, okay, we just throw the bagasse into the water and it disappears. No, it doesn't disappear. These same chemicals are entering our water and entering our fish.
However, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs, Esworth Reid, assured retailers that suppliers have been provided with a guideline of acceptable standards.
And we are working also just to add to that with our Barbados national standards, Institute, the NSA, in the, the control of those implications, of the implication of certain products into Barbados, standards that they should meet.
Get on board. Marine biologist and sustainability consultant Nicholas Simpson is challenging Barbadians to be more actively involved as the country transitions to a blue economy. Speaking at the final town hall meeting on the ban of single-use plastics last evening, she called on the government to step up its education campaign. She urged Barbadians to support the plastic ban, outlining the detrimental impact of plastics on the environment.
We need to continue pushing this message. We need to continue educating and spreading awareness on the ban as well as the impacts of plastic pollution. We need to continue talking about waste management. How can Barbados transition to a circular economy? We need to help show people the impacts. If we do not know, we cannot understand. If we don't understand, we cannot care. And if we do not care, we cannot act. So as individuals, we have the power to help drive change. How can we look at what we're doing daily and change that? It starts with refusing. Some people talk about 4 hours, some people talk about 6 hours. but it starts with refusing, and that's one thing that we can all do. We can refuse plastic, and then we can choose to reduce it and reuse it.
There are changes on the local telecommunication front. Flow is rolling out 2 new triple play bundles, the Onward Plan and the Upward Plan, which will not require consumers to sign up a contract. Under the Upward Plan, which will cost a total of $180 per month, customers will get 300 megabytes of broadband speed and 500 international landline minutes per month. And under the Onward Plan, that will cost $240 per month, customers will receive 600 megabytes of broadband speed and 1,000 international landline minutes. Country manager for Flow Barbados, Jensen Sylvester, told reporters at a press conference this morning the company has been conducting much research to better meet the needs of consumers.
74% of our customers ask for more broadband speed. So they want more broadband. They want more and more and more. And that came out as a critical statistic. 78% of our customers want access to entertainment that's fit for the entire family. So not just pockets of entertainment, not entertainment for specific people, but entertainment for the whole family. So we took all of this research and we really took the time to focus on those key elements.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings in Jamaica, the Ministry of Education warns teachers if they beat students, they will face action. The Jamaica Teachers Association is, however, calling on the ministry to clarify its statement while insisting there are other issues to fix in the education system. We get the details in this Television Jamaica report.
First, a statement from Minister of State in the Education Ministry, Orlando Terrelong, warning teachers to stop corporal punishment in schools.
I do not wish to receive any report come September that there are children who are being beaten and abused in schools, because we will treat with it very seriously. We want to ensure that our children are disciplined, but that their very human rights are also respected.
Then a response from the Jamaica Teachers Association.
As it relates to the minister's assertion that serious action will be taken, I'm not too sure what the minister is referring to. What I do know is that where there are breaches of policies, that is a matter for boards of management of schools to treat with.
The debate on corporal punishment in schools has been lingering for some time, with the Andrew Holness-led administration declaring a zero-tolerance approach. But according to JTA President Dr. Garth Anderson, while the JTA is in support of a ban on corporal punishment in schools, he insisted that the education system itself needs fixing.
We are concerned with the flare-up of violence in our schools and the level of indiscipline in our schools. The fact is, from where we stand, a number of our young people are crying out for help. They're acting up in our schools.
As a result, Dr. Anderson says the government should focus on upgrading the policies which govern the education system.
And further afield, after months of deliberations, former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden today announced his decision to run for president a third time. The announcement came in a campaign video in which Biden rebuked the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in August 2017 and President Trump's handling of the matter.
He is framing his campaign as a battle for the soul of the country, a message that he's really carried over the past year. Take a listen and a look at what he had to say as he officially announced his candidacy for president.
Charlottesville, Virginia is home to the author of one of the great documents in human history. Charlottesville is also home to a defining moment for this nation in the last few years. It was there on August of 2017 we saw Klansmen and white supremacists and neo-Nazis come out in the open, and they were met by a courageous group of Americans. And a violent clash ensued. And a brave young woman lost her life. And that's when we heard the words of the President of the United States that stunned the world and shocked the conscience of this nation. He said there were, quote, some very fine people on both sides. Very fine people on both sides? With those words, the President of the United States assigned a moral equivalence between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it. We can't forget what happened in Charlottesville. Even more important, we have to remember who we are. This is America.
So you heard Joe Biden there speaking directly, saying that this is a battle for the soul of the country and drawing on those clashes in Charlottesville and specifically President Trump's response to that. He wants to frame this campaign as a campaign between him and President Trump, saying that he needs to defend the character of this country.
And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.